area. This nostril can also be darker and a lot more time spent getting it just right, because right now it's kind of like a generic version of what his nostril is doing. And I don't mean that to sound bad. It's just it's the same thing I've said before, where I say, slow down, look at the features, slow down. His nostril can go a little bit further. And the eyes can go just a smidget darker right up here. And then areas like the eyes, like you could get a little bit darker. Up here. And this shape is really important. I think this captures a lot of what's happening with his eye shape. So try to get that shape right. And then again with the eyebrows, go a little bit darker here. And curve that up just a little bit more. So I think those eyebrows, there's definitely a unique shape going on that we want to try to get that right. And then there's certain areas that you can get a little bit darker, like with this chin, a little bit darker down here, and kind of squares that off a little bit more. And then actually I think we can get a little bit warmer, kind of a greener tone on this part of his face. The ear looks awesome. It's really cool. And down in this area, it can definitely be warmer and darker in value. Down in here. And this area can be way darker, almost black. And then it gets like more warmy looking in there, orangish looking. So, and then there's some values also with the neck here that could use some work. And then even more still now with the rest of this coat. It's going to be darker in here. And the overall values in this coat could be a little bit warmer and darker. But for now I'm just going to leave it like this because I think we're looking pretty good. I think we could get a little teeny bit darker in value just in this spot right here. That's a little bit too much. So maybe something like that. and then a little bit lighter in value right here. Okay. All right, so that's about as much as I'm going to do right now. Overall, I think you did an amazing job in this. Really, I think you did an excellent job on this. One thing I would say too is when you're doing hair, make sure that you soften up these edges. The hair shouldn't be so stiff and like just hard edges here. You can either take a brush like this and get a lighter value and kind of paint on top of it like this, just lightly, kind of soften it in. Or with the computer, you can take, make it like an airbrush, like a soft, blurry kind of brush, and spray like a, a lighter kind of, basically like a round brush, like let's see, like something like this. You could take a brush like this, and it's just gonna like be more softer. So you could do that, and I use brushes like that sometimes when I'm doing certain edges and stuff. So. And one more thing I just noticed is I'd like to warm that and darken this just a teeny bit more here. This chin here, this jaw. Okay. So I'm saving a copy of it for you. And, oops. So let's take a look. And let's take a look at the differences here. Okay. So, like I said, I think you did a really nice job in this. The one thing I think, there's two things about this that really stand out to me. And it's right away, it's the forehead and nose. Definitely not Adrian Brody. And then this slash, and I know the slash doesn't have to do with this, but it has to do with your presentation. And so, just even this, what we did, or what I did in the bottom here, is kind of consistent now with the style that you painted this, and I think it pulls it together and looks more like a painting now. Now, what we did with the head, bringing the forehead down here, and then pulling the nose out just a teeny bit, and working on the different bumps in his nose that are very, typical for Adrian Brody. It's looking so much more like him now. Also, notice just this eyelid here, how that little teeny piece was missing. Now watch how all of a sudden it looks so much more like him with the eyebrow change and the eyelid. So it just goes to show you how important those little teeny turns and angles and shapes are. It's very important. Also, the change in that nostril also helps with the stronger likeness. So, anyway, excellent job. I think you did a really nice work on this, and really awesome work on your color palette and mixing and blending. And I love the style in which you did the hair. I think it's excellent. I don't think you need to be any more detailed than that. And this style is plenty detailed and good enough for publication. It doesn't need to be super tight. This has a great look to it. I really like it a lot. So anyway, great work, and I'll talk to you very soon. Have fun with lesson 6, and we'll talk soon.